What's going on, you guys? Welcome to the Cowboys Corner. You are on the corner of Crazy and Cowboys. And first of all, I want to thank Cowboys champs and Danny Savage for being here with me on Talking Crazy. And I want to thank you guys, especially Cowboys Corner finally hit 5,000 subscribers.
Congratulations, bro.
Congrats, man.
And, share the love, guys. Brando does a good job of sharing the link
Number one moderator.
to these wonderful guys' channels. If you guys can just go subscribe to them, Danny Guru, the best draft guru content creator on the platform. He's right up there with Cowboys Blog, right up there with them. We got Champs with his opinionated, his rants, what he does over there on his channel. You guys subscribe to the best. The rainbows and the unicorns, they get left in the trunk. They get left in the car. What we bring is authentic, raw, emotion, fanatic content. And if you like that, hit a like right now as you guys are coming into the corner of Crazy and Cowboys. And we're about to start this thing off. And we're about to start it off with Daniel in the house. What up, Daniel? We got Alan in the house. What up, Alan? We got another Daniel in the house. What up, Daniel, too? We got Uncensored Cowboy in the house. What's up, fellas? Thank you guys for joining. We got Nate Dog.
What's up, Nate?
He said real ones. 100%. 100%, guys. We're going to have to bring it to you right here, right now. Let's talk about it. Cowboys Blog earlier this week did a video of the potential coaches that could be for the Dallas Cowboys next year. One of the names he mentioned was Jason Witten, and he said that Jerry would spin it as if it's a Dan Campbell 2.0 hire. Jerry went on the radio show and said Jason Witten would be a perfect candidate, and it reminds him of Dan Campbell. Would you look at that? Cowboys Blog keeping it funky, keep it 100. Cowboys Champs, I'll start with you. Do you think Jason Witten is number one head coach, NFL caliber coach? And will he take the job? Go ahead, Champs.
Not without having college experience. Just because you're successful in a divisional 4 or 5 school in Texas doesn't make you a good head coach in the NFL. Not will have that college experience. Now, eventually, yes, with experience, yeah, he might be able to be a good head coach if he decides to pursue that. But I can see Jerry trying to money whip him being the head coach. Now, for this particular team, no.
No? Okay.
No. Not right now.
Savage?
Oh, hell no. I mean, to go from high school to the NFL, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. Sometimes the greatest players make the worst coaches just because they're so athletically gifted and they're the 1%, like the extreme athlete. They don't know all the ins and outs and what it takes to win. That's why it shocked me that Dion became such a good coach as he is, but he also has good OCs and good DCs around him. He's the, hands down the number one corner that's ever played. But a lot of times, like, the best of the best does not equal into being a great coach. And Witten going from high school to I think that's a big jump. But I don't view Witten as a motivator like Dan Campbell. I don't see Witten doing up and downs, but he'll be a yes man. And I don't know. If he did that, they'd probably keep Zimmer. I just wouldn't want it. Listen, you're gonna laugh. I could see Big Mike in going to the Jets because Aaron Rodgers is saying he's coming back for another year. He's saying, but nah, man, want no part of Win.
So with me, here's my thoughts. There's levels to this thing, right? Nick Saban, a good NCAA coach. Not so much a good NFL coach, right? There's a lot of coaches that come in here that in the NFL that it's a whole nother animal. You're dealing with grown men. Deion Sanders, in my opinion, will not be successful in the NFL because he likes to go with the kids, the young kids, the fresh out of high school kids coming in here. Colorado build up the organization there, the college, the unit, right? And so there's levels to this. Jason Witten's at the first level. He's at the high school level right now. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, he's had success. Turned Liberty High School completely around. They won a championship over there in Denton, Texas. Big shout out to Denton, the 940, right? Had a lot of that going. And so now his next step is, okay, can you go be a tight ends coach in college? No. Then from a tight ends coach, can you go be an offensive coordinator in college? Can you be a successful offensive coordinator in college? Okay, now can you come into the NFL and do it? And that's how you find out if Jason Witten's able to do that. No. Right now, the jury's still out on him. I don't know if he can. I really don't know if he can. But yeah. I just don't see why.
I don't want him.
I don't want him either.
What that is. But what else? What else happened this week? It looks like Deron Bland's still going to be out.
Yeah.
Champs told me today that Jonathan Mingo it looks like he's going to be playing. So who's going to be inactive for Jonathan Mingo to come up? Is it going to be Jalen Brooks, Savage?
I would say him or what? They named Rico Dowdle number 1. Are they going to carry 4 backs again? I mean, or it could be maybe one of the backs. I still think Cooper Rush or Trey Lance is going to have most success with whoever he practiced with, because he has like repetitions with him and he knows, it's as crazy as it sounds. And now they're saying CD Lamb showing up on the injury report. He hurt his.
With
I guess
back.
he was. Yeah, he was smashing too hard. His back's messed up. They're saying. So I just I don't know, man. Listen. I don't see whoever they bring it up, man. The Texans got a crazy defensive line, man. They're coming off of 2 losses. They need that win. They need to win more than we do. It's going to be ugly.
Yeah, they win more than this team.
So right now, the wide receivers, Jalen Brooks, Flournoy, CD Lamb, Mingo, Torbert, Turpin. Where's Brandon Cooks? Is he on IR? Brandon Cooks on IR?
I think so. I think so.
I didn't know they moved him about to IR.
Thinking of giving up a 4th for that kid Mingo makes me want to vomit every day. Especially if we keep losing, that's going to be like a late, that's going to be like a comp 3. Like a 3rd round comp pick, it's going to be like if we continue to lose. If we have like a top 10 pick, a top 5 pick, that's going to be like,
yeah, Cooks is on IR. He's done for the year. So we've seen him. That's the last time he'll be a Cowboy.
Yeah, he'll be gone. He'll be on.
Jamie Williams said, "Mingo, who's that?" Go ahead, Champs. Tell him who that is, Champs.
Mingo is a 2nd round pick from Carolina. He should be on somebody's practice squad.
Yeah.
My opinion. He should be on somebody's practice squad. Jerry decided it wasn't Jerry. Was it Steven and Will McClay? They wanted to decide to trade a 4th round for him. Then the Cowboys got back the Cowboys, they traded a 4th round to them, and the Cowboys got Mingo and a 7th round pick back.
Yep.
Very similar to Amari Cooper deal.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a super chat here by Mike Ballarana. He said, I worry we're going to hire Bill Belichick. And if we hire him, it's going to be a completely blow up in our face hire. I don't think hiring Belichick is a good idea at all. Savage?
Okay, Mike, I hear what you're saying, but would you rather Belichick or Witten as your head coach?
That's actually a good question. That's actually a good, because Jerry's going to go with he's comfortable with, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jerry's going to go with what he's comfortable with. What do you think, champs?
You know what? There's another name that people is not mentioning that's on the roster right now. What about Jim Fossil, the special team coach?
What did he do as an intern for the Rams when Jeff Fisher got fired? Did they do anything over there?
Mm-mm.
I know his brother coached the Giants. I think he might have won a Super Bowl or something, but I mean,
Mike, I'm with you. I don't think a Belichick hire is what the doctor ordered for this team.
Now, this
by any
team
stretch of
needs
the means, but I feel like Jerry's going to go after who Jerry wants to go hire. Like they brought in Lewis, the former Cardinal. I can get what's his first name for the Bengals, longtime coach Lewis.
Marvin Lewis.
Marvin Lewis. They brought him in just for the Rooney Rule, and the next thing you know, Mike McCarthy signing contracts.
But now who's our DB coach? What, Glenn, right?
Our DB coach is
Al Harris.
Al Harris. I always get Al Harris and Aaron Glenn from. He played for the Jets, though. Harris played for. I always get those two confused. Al Harris. I mean, maybe give him a shot. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know. But if that happened, Zimmer would walk away.
See, the problem is this is why I think Bill Belichick's going to get hired. Is because they signed Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott and Jerry doesn't have time to bring a whole new system in here. So it could be Kellen Moore.
Yeah, but let me ask you a question. Both of you a question. Monday night, or no, Thursday night. It feels like Monday, but Thursday night, watching the Philadelphia versus the Redskins. Were you really impressed with Philadelphia's offense or no?
Mm-mm.
Or it felt like you were watching a Dallas game, kind of? Because we look at this game different than the other 31 teams. Because we're used to Kellen Moore. But were you really impressed with Philly's offense?
I haven't been impressed with Philly's offense all year.
No, yeah.
No, I have. The only thing that was impressive was
take Saquon away. That offense ain't nothing. Go ahead, champs.
No, I agree.
Yeah, the only thing that was impressive was Barkley doing the Iceman King parts of butt, that butt flip over a person.
But it
you remember
like
2 weeks ago?
It seems like their deep passing game is vanished.
Yeah, it really vanished. Really, Jalen Hurts is just a poor man version of Dak. That's what he is.
Were you guys surprised that the Commanders lost that Thursday night game?
I was. I really was. Cause I'm sick of the Eagles.
Yeah, no.
And now it did. It really by them losing like that, they give them confidence, thinking that they can run the NFC.
Let me tell you, Redskins are a young team at some positions, but then they need to fill, some others. But I mean, I can still see them getting into a wild card. The Redskins, you know what I'm saying? Nobody thought they would be at their record now. I mean, but it's the key. I mean, I don't know. I don't know who their defensive coordinator is now. I think it's Ken Norton. I could be mistaken though. But it's like, they got linebackers. They got two studs in the middle at D tackle. It seems like he's not playing as much safeties as he was in Dallas, Dan Quinn. That's what it seems to me, at least.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Uncensored Cowboy, I checked that block list. Drew is not on there unless his name is Dude Guy. But I don't see a Drew on here. There's Barry Reed. Maybe that's him. And then there's Dude Guy. But that's the only two guys I have blocked, and I don't even know why they're blocked. Other than that, it's a whole bunch of NFL spam stuff on there. So I have no idea. But, man, so Cowboys got these Texans, guys. Cowboys got these Texans. And here's OG right here. OG, what's up, man?
What's happening, fellas?
I know you see me call you. I was gonna fade up that. I was gonna fade you up in Madden, but you didn't answer.
Oh, I was stuck trying to fix my furnace.
There's always an excuse when it's time to get your ass
I
whipped.
think he was scared. I really think he was scared.
They would call me Jake Paul. And they would call
I'm
him
shaking in
Mike
my
Tyson.
boots, fellas. I'm shaking in my boots.
Yeah, I'm Jake
I
Paul.
heard.
You Mike Tyson.
Oh, horrible. I mean, I don't know. Mike got paid. He doubled up his money.
Oh, he did more than double. But
Yeah.
OG,
Okay.
but what you think about what's the chances of Jason Witten being the head coach of this football team?
Garbage.
Why?
Because Al Harris been here long enough. He's been here longer than that.
I agree.
I mean, what are you trying to do? You trying to say I ain't gonna sound racist, but you scared to have a black coach? Don't make no damn sense. Ain't never been a black coach in Dallas. Never. Don't make no sense, man. You know what I'm saying? He been away from the game longer than any other player that I know. He ain't been. What he been doing? He can't get any discipline out the defense. What are he supposed to change? I mean, it don't make no sense. I mean, he good for salesman. He good, trying to sell. That's all as far as the sales pitch. When you talking about somebody that's been around the game for all these years, sitting there just waiting for your opportunities on your staff, man. Don't make no sense. I mean, your defense need to get better, man. For real. I mean, you give a lot of points. Your defense sucks. Shit. Piece of shit. I mean, I hate to talk down to them, but they're in all reality. They're not good. And they haven't been good for years. So they need to bring in a coach, to give him a shot to be head coach, not some bullshit. Let him put his staff together. You got to let him put his staff together, man.
Oh, yeah. That was so rude of me. And Mike, I do appreciate that super chat 100%. Thank you, Mike, for that super chat. No, man, I just think Boys for Life is going to come in here. One of my good buddies. We used to have a show called The Boys Corner, and he kind of stepped away from YouTube. He was growing his family and stuff, so he's a good buddy of mine. He'll be coming in here. Man, there's Dallas Cowboy fan 1980 in the house right there. 1980 was good. I just feel like, man, well, the next head coach that's going to come in here is going to have to cater to Prescott because he's your number one paid player on the team. And Jerry's comfortable with that. So I really feel like this is what I've been thinking about all week. I even put out on Twitter. I really feel like Kellen Moore is going to be the head coach of this football team.
And you know what? You're not the only person that I have seen saying that.
Right.
It's like maybe like 7 different sources.
That's the case. I'm terrified if that's the case.
Me too.
What do you think?
And you know what? With Jerry, I can definitely see him doing that.
Because Jerry likes to be comfortable. Jerry uses the word comfortable more than any GM in the National Football League. It's time to get uncomfortable, Jerry. It's time to do something that's going to be productive and help this football team in years to come.
But as much of a shyster that we know the Joneses are, and he's a businessman, but how is he going to pull that off, selling that off to the fans that were hiring Jason Witten, a high school football a man that's had, we all know every, those 3-letter channels, they're going to have a field day with it, ripping them apart for it. But it would be stupid. It doesn't make sense. Now, like you said, if Witten was out of college, he had some experience, maybe. But how is he going to pull that off to the fans? We all know he's a snake oil man, but how?
I don't think he cares about the fans, to be honest with you.
They really don't. And you know what?
He's been doing his own stuff for 30 years.
But we're coming off a losing season. You throw Witten in there, and now we start off bad again. At some point, the fans are going to revolt.
They could. But hey, real quick, let's check in. We got Cowboy Shams in here. We got OG in here. We got Danny Savage, the guru of Draft Talk, right here on the corner of Crazy and Cowboys. If I can get a few of you guys to just click like right now on the stream, it really helps it. It pushes it. We got a lot of viewers in here. There's no need for that like button not to get hit right now on the corner of Crazy and Cowboys. And right now we're looking at the next head coach. We've been talking about Kellen Moore. We've been talking about Bill Belichick. We're talking about Jason Witten here. Champs, go ahead and talk a little bit more on Kellen Moore.
Kellen Moore, remember when he first came here, he was a Scott Linehan holdover from Detroit. Reason why he never did get the starting position, but he got hurt and Dak took over his position. Really, to me, Kellen Moore should have went back to college to hone his offensive skill. Because he learned, because he is a Scott Linehan clone. And if anybody from Detroit and Dallas fan know about Scott Linehan, he is a wide receiver death magnet. Fail offense. And okay.
I think that might have been OG. OG,
Yeah.
Is Deion Sanders a pipe dream hire? OG?
Yeah.
What was that? A ghost box? Was that a ghost box answer? What was that?
I didn't hear the question.
Is Deion Sanders a pipe dream hire, man? We got a show to do here. I need you to pay attention.
Yeah. Ask your questions right.
I did.
Yes. Yeah, he still got a program over there he gave to fix, but I don't know how much time he want to give him. But
so is that a pipe dream hire or not?
The main thing of it is does he want to coach the NFL? I mean, that's what I like him over Al Harris. Yeah, because he can bring something to the team Al Harris can't bring, and that's swag and draft the right players. And I think he won't buck down to Jerry.
I can see that.
Go ahead, Savage.
I mean, my only thing with Deion is once, like both of his sons, they're going to leave and go for the NFL. I don't see him staying in Colorado once his kids are not there no more. I truly don't. Is Jerry going to give him full reins? I mean, I don't know. But, I mean, if it did, listen, man, if he's going to bring the best of the best offensive coordinator, defensive coordinators. At the position coaches, you'll have your Warren Sapp, your Charles Haley's, you'll see Michael Irvin on the sidelines. All I'm trying to say is, if these young kids, these young players, if they don't listen to those guys, then the whole team is worthless. And I don't know if he still is. We were talking about Kellen Moore in college, but Kellen Moore's brother last year was Missouri's offensive coordinator. But this year, Missouri's not doing that great. I don't know if he still is or not. But they got talented wide receivers, I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I don't know. I think Mike's gone, but
do you guys what's your guys' expectation for the rest of the year? We're almost done with this gulag, right? This little gulag that we had moving here. Now we got the Texans, we got the Commanders. Now let's scratch that. Let's talk about how awful Cooper Rush looked. Let's talk about that last week. I mean, this guy couldn't even get the ball to his wide receivers. 5-6 yards short of the target.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Champs. Remember, okay, I was on live with Phil Quarter last week, and some of the passes I was saying, it looked like Dak was still out there. But man, Cooper Rush was, oh man, I don't know what we deal with him. But my thing is, it go back to coaching. Were they practicing? Were they looking at film? Has he been throwing the football through the tire on the rope? I don't know. But Man, but here the deal is: when he went 5-1 several years ago, the Cowboys' offense was better. The defense was better. Right now, we have really no running game. We have a very below average running game, and the defense, they horrendous. So my thing is, yeah, you see what's the difference between having talent around somebody versus not having talent around somebody.
Yeah,
and he couldn't give the ball to your number two overpaid wide receiver. That right there was coaching.
Yeah.
Wait, so just to touch base with you guys on this, 13 for 23, 45 yards. This is the backup.
Yeah.
At what point do you just say Cooper Rush or Trey Lance you're in?
Now.
Already, yeah. It looks like Rush regressed, but also
Big time.
he looks like he regressed, but also this probably is what he always was. And when he had that stint where he went 4-1, 5-1, whatever, he had much more talent around him. Now with lesser talent, this is what you're seeing. And the fact that we did give up a 4 for Trey Lance, if I was the coach, I mean, Trey Lance would be starting Monday night.
All day long, 365. OG, what do you think? We already know what OG thinks. Oh, he's muted up. There he is.
No, what now?
All right, OG, I'm not playing with you. Go ahead, champs.
Yeah, I heard the questions. I'll go ahead and ask your question. Yes, get it going. I mean, what are you waiting on? Cooper Rush going to play the first quarter, and when he looks horrible, worse than he did last week, Trey Lance going to come on in the second quarter and finish the game. You need to see if you need to draft the quarterback or not. You need to see if you can draft the quarterback. For those who out there, you need to see if if you need to draft a quarterback to compete with Dak Prescott next year. And if his Lance is not your guy, then you just release him. Because you gotta, or you continue to keep him, and have him on the roster to compete with your quarterback that you drafted. So, it has to be that everybody has to compete. That job is not safe next year either because he's injury prone. It could be his shoulder next year. It could be another part of the body. So you got to continue to grow at that position and figure out who's going to take control of this game. So next year, and hey, tomorrow should be make it or break it. If Lance plays a majority of the game, I'll make it break a season for Lance. And then if it ain't working out with Lance tomorrow, then you just bring in Will Greer and finish the season out with him. But, hey, right now everybody's just looking to be happy about one win. One win. That's all they wanted, one win so they can feel like Cowboy fans again. But I don't care if they win or not. I'd rather for them to pick, up in the draft, and be what they want to be, the 4th or the 5th pick and go from there. Yeah, that's how I feel.
Go ahead, champs.
What to say? Megan Lance all day. We got to see what the 4th round pick got.
Yeah, that's
true. I mean, you drafted him. I mean, you wasted the 4th round pick playing him. Mm-hmm. I mean, what you got to lose?
Right.
But again, we don't have the head. I don't think McCarthy knows how to play him.
Right.
Very well could be. We got Rolando Rodriguez in here. Cowboys quarter. What's up from South Texas? Just joined the chat. Heard on this the radio that CD Lamb hurt his back and might be out Monday night. Cheers, go Cowboys. Yeah, we'll talk about CD Lamb here in just a momento. We got another super chat here from Mike Ballarana. I want to see Lance start over Rush. We're not making the playoffs, and consider how awful Rush played last week. I want to see what we got in Lance. And I want to see what we got in Lance. I want to see, because outside of Dak, he don't have a backup quarterback. You gave up a fourth. Trey Lance is going to be super cheap. Super cheap. No team's going to overpay for Trey, especially after that last preseason game. All Trey Lance has right now is wheels. That's it. That's all we've seen from Trey Lance is the wheels. So let's see what he has. Let's make him our backup quarterback moving forward. You gave up the fourth. There's no reason why he's here for a year and a half, 2 years, and we only seen him in the preseason. There's zero reason. Zero reason, Savage. Go ahead.
I agree with you 1,000%. We gave up a fourth for him, and I could be mistaken, but I think he's a free agent after the season. So why not just let him? We know what we got in Cooper Rush. We've seen it already. We've seen his ceiling with a much better team, no less. So now leave Trey Lance in here for the rest of the season. Whatever happens, happens. And it might be you might just want to cut ties with him 100% at the end of the year and not even throw any money at him. Instead of, we're gonna resign him for another $5-7 million when we could have had what's the big guy's name, the running back for the Ravens?
Derrick Henry.
We could have Derrick Henry. So what I'm trying to say is just either Trey Lance is going to be our starting quarterback or he's not. So let's give him the rope to give him the keys to the car. Either he can do it or he can't. And if he can't, my opinion, we cut ties with him. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, 100%. We got Boys for Life in here. One of my good buddies from the Boys Corner. We did a couple of shows back in the day. I'm going to mute you up until I'm done talking. There's a bad echo here. And I'm going to get his thoughts real quick on Jason Witten, Kellen Moore, Bill Belichick, these potential head coaching candidates real quick from Boys for Life here. Go ahead, Boys for Life. Good to see you.
What's up, guys? How's it hanging over there, man? I haven't been
on
a live stream here in a minute. So I sent you something about not Jason Garrett. What's his name?
Jason Witten.
Witten. And this is the first time I heard of it. Like I was watching a little bit of it. I'm growing my family, so I'm not really paying attention to what's going on really. But I think the whole Jason Witten, Deion Sanders, Bill Belichick that stuff to me is just white noise, especially the Deion Sanders and the Bill Belichick stuff, because why would Jerry Jones want to bring in somebody that wants basically control of the team to draft and hire who they want when that's not something Jerry's ever really done, aside from the Jimmy Johnson stuff, right? Because Jimmy Johnson and him both came in at the same time, obviously. So they're both growing and learning from each other. And we all know what happened with that. And ever since Jimmy Johnson's been gone, Jerry Jones has pretty much just taken control of everything. So why would he want to bring in someone else? And then aside from Bill Parcells, right? Because, Bill Parcells had most of the control there. But aside from those two coaches, any coach that Jerry Jones has hired has pretty much been a yes man, right? Let Jerry Jones have full control of everything. So I really don't think that there's going to be there might be a coaching change next year. But the last time that Jerry Jones did any kind of coaching change in the middle of the season was from Wade Phillips to Jason Garrett, who was his yes man for mediocrity for 10 years. So,
right. But let me ask you this, Boys for Life.
You what now?
Can Kellen Moore be the new Jason Garrett project?
I think so. When I was watching earlier, when I was leaving the house real quick, that was the first time I heard of anything about Kellen Moore coming here to being the head coach, because he did sign with the Eagles. When Kellen Moore and Dan Quinn were both here, there was talk of Kellen Moore being the next guy, even though Dan Quinn was basically the reason why Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys ever really succeeded. We can get into that in a different live stream, but That's just my opinion. So if Kellen Moore and Dan Quinn are both gone, it's kind of far-fetched for me to think that Kellen Moore would come back. But if he did come back, I honestly think he would be a yes man because Jerry Jones likes his homegrown guys. Like you said it, Cowboys Corner, he likes comfortability. If you look at the past coaches, aside from Bill Parcells, every coach that he has hired has been comfortability for him. He knew Jimmy Johnson from his playing days in Arkansas. He knew Dave Campos. He knew Jason Garrett. He knew basically everybody, right? That was our head coach aside from Bill Parcells. Everybody was basically homegrown.
Right, and Mike McCarthy was on the competition committee with Stephen Jones, and there was familiarity there too. Savage.
Yeah. I mean, even though Mike McCarthy wasn't homegrown, there was familiarity, there was comfortability. Like I said, aside from Bill Parcells, Jerry Jones has done nothing but, and I've said this before, it's a mom and pop show with the Dallas Cowboys. They struck fire in the early 90s with the Herschel Walker trade, and Jimmy Johnson knew what he was doing, by trading for certain players, getting rid of them, getting compensation picks, and all kinds of things, right? What was it? Herschel Walker trade was 6 players, ended up turning into a whole bunch of draft picks, right? From the Minnesota Vikings. So aside from that has been their only
that was Jimmy's only.
Yeah, Jimmy.
That was Jimmy. That was not Jerry.
They're both there at the same time, but either Jimmy, right? It was Jimmy's lightning in a bottle, right? And it lasted for half a decade from 89 to 94, pretty much. We got 3 Super Bowls out of that. So aside from that lightning in a bottle, everything's been comfortability with Jerry Jones.
Yep.
And I don't see him changing, and I really don't see Stephen Jones doing any different, to be honest with you.
So. No, 100%. 100%. I'm going to go through this roster here, and I want everyone to let me know. You just say roster. If they're roster garbage, say roster garbage. As soon as I say the player, you say it. Ready? Brian Anger. Not roster garbage, I don't think. No. Brandon Aubrey, MVP of the season. TJ Bass. No, I think there's good depth there. Cooper Beebe, rookie. Marquise Bell.
Good special teams.
Out.
Deron Bland, he's hurt. Jalen Brooks. Is that roster garbage, Jalen Brooks? That was my guy going into the season. It hurts. But is Jalen Brooks roster garbage right now?
Is it still maybe too early to give up on him or not fair enough with the quarterback situation?
Well, let me go to the next name here. Kalen Carson. Is it too early for him?
Yeah, it's his rookie season.
Yeah, I mean, it's his rookie season. He had a good first couple of games. He got hurt. Now it's a toss-up.
Okay. Damone Clark.
Yeah, he's gone. Garbage.
Roster garbage. Okay. So far, that's our first one. Trayvon Diggs, Rico Dowdle, Zeke. Roster garbage.
Garbage.
Bazura.
Jake Ferguson, no. Ryan Flournoy, the rookie.
They traded up for him. I mean, he's overaged. He is a 25-year-old rookie, but I think they would probably try to keep him. I would think.
Chauncey Goldston.
He's a free.
It
all depends.
Yeah, it depends. It depends on who you're playing. What that's it. I mean, he's a hit or miss guy.
He's a free agent, in my opinion. I always thought he was a 5-tech in a 3-4 defense. But if we did switch to a 3-4, I wouldn't mind re-signing him.
Okay.
As a 5-tech.
Now, I think with Chauncey Goldston with these injuries, I think Golston has stepped up to the plate. So if we do switch to a Bravel 3-4, I would not mind Golston here. Really wouldn't. CJ Goodwin.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Tyler Guyton. I don't even know who KJ Henry is. Roster garbage.
Yeah.
Brock Hoffman. No, Malik Hooker.
Yeah, we got safety
I mean, if we
position.
can re-sign him, that'd be nice.
You want to sign Hooker?
I mean, I wouldn't mind it. I mean, compared to what the Cowboys have, and looking at the Cowboys, never really, aside from Darren Woodson, haven't looked at that in the draft as a big need, for me. So that's why, I mean, it's like they say, it's better to have the devil you do than the devil you don't know. So I'd rather have Hooker knowing what he can do rather than bringing someone in that the Cowboys don't value a safety position aside from Darren Woodson. So that's why I would keep him.
They did one other year, but they made a mistake. They took Roy Williams instead of Ed Reed.
Yeah.
That hurt. That really hurt, man.
But, like, Jerry Jones likes the big name type of player. And if he's there, he's going to take him. And that year, Roy Williams, right before he got drafted, had that big hit over in Texas against Texas, Oklahoma game where he jumped over the offensive lineman and make that sack. So, I mean, that's why I think Jerry Jones picked him up. So,
I'm gonna say roster garbage for Hooker.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say roster.
I think we need new safety.
I want to go new there. I want to go new there.
And I always want to go new there because basically the guys we pick up are 5th, 6th rounders that end up turning into okay guys that we haven't had such a Hall of Fame type status player at those positions that anytime we see something flashy, we're like, oh, we got to keep them, right? That's how I feel with certain positions for the Dallas Cowboys is we don't see that Hall of Fame type player that we're used to seeing, and it'll be a while, and then we finally get something that's a flash in the pan. You're like, oh, we got to keep them. So,
but you see, I think it'll come down to there'll be a great safety on the board round 2, round 3. Do you take that safety, or do you take the running back? Or wait for the running back?
So on my like the whole draft deal is a different thing for me because ever since I think we drafted LVE, I've had every basically position picked pretty much every year, and I think with the Cowboys trading to get a wide receiver this year, we're either probably going to go offensive line or running back in the first round, depending on where we're going to be at. So that's where I'm at with that. And then as far as defense goes, we need so much on the offensive side. I don't think the Cowboys are going to go defense until the later rounds.
Who let the dogs out? Who?
Yep, I'll be right back.
Let's continue here with roster garbage. Here we go. Buddy Johnson.
Who?
Buddy Johnson, the linebacker. He's been on the team for a few years.
I guess
he's a special teams guy.
I was going to say special team.
Linval Joseph, he's a 1-year guy. Don't have to worry about him for the future. Eric Kendricks, 1-year guy. CeeDee Lamb, we already know. Trey Lance, I want him here as the backup for Dak next year. Carl Lawson.
Even if he has a bad year, you want him back?
Yes. Okay. Here's why. Because we know Mike McCarthy isn't going to be here. So what is the next system coming in? How does that help Trey? Right? But you still got to protect yourself, and you can carry 3 or 4 quarterbacks for training camp, right? You still got to protect yourself, right? So if it looks like total garbage next preseason and he can't get the new coaches system down, then we have our answer, right? But I would rather take the chance of keeping him here, seeing what we got with the new regime, because it might work. And Dak, and he might get playing time because Dak ain't getting any younger. Yeah. Father Time is undefeated.
Yeah, we saw that last night. Carl Lawson, Jordan Lewis out. Texans game. He became roster garbage? I don't. It's all gonna depend. I think also too if Bland comes back 100%.
See. So. Everybody wants Bland to sit and get this big payday. I want to see Bland play this year and see if that payday is going to be worth. That's just me. We paid these players big bucks and they look like dog crap after they signed the dotted line. Savage.
No, I agree with you 1,000%. But we still have him next year. Next year is his last year of his contract, and then so we can see how, if he comes out, and he starts looking great, and but you see, like, I feel bad now. I take that back. I don't feel bad, but now, like, we have decent corners, but now we have a zero pass rush. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like the most. I always said, if you have a great pass rush, the best defensive ends will make the most average corners look great. So, but I don't know. Bland's going to be a tough one. I don't even know if we can afford him.
Yeah, we'll find out at the end of next year. Maurice Louisfowl, young player. Hunter Lemke, I like him. Zach Martin's retiring. Jonathan Mingo. Do you want to see him play against the Texans before we call him roster garbage?
Yeah, we gave Listen, man, if McClay was part of this fiasco, I said it all year. I thought we were going to do something stupid at the trade deadline. I thought it would be with a running back. But with a wide receiver, yeah, I really got to question McClay on that, man. Giving up a fourth for this guy. So they must have had this guy rated they must have had like a second round grade on this guy for them to give up a fourth. They must have had him graded super, super high, in my opinion.
So the reason why I wanted to do this roster garbage stuff is because I'm trying to project for next year, right? There's not a lot of roster garbage here. They actually weaved all of it out last week when they cut a lot of guys. They cut 3 guys. And
who'd we cut?
Building up to this draft, Savage, what we got right now and what we could potentially get. Let me ask you this question, because you know the draft better than anybody. With knowing what we have here and knowing what we could potentially get, is the next head coach set up for success with or without with Dak? Keep in mind that too. I'm not trying to persuade your answer here, but we still got Dak as a quarterback. But you have to keep that in mind. Is the next coach set up for success, or is he set up for a 2 to 3 year rebuild?
I mean, if we have a top 5, top 10 pick, this is my opinion. If we have a top 5 pick, like a top 3 pick, I think some team's going to look to come up, mortgage their future for a quarterback. Jerry's going to be like, we're open for business, and we're going to trade back. My personal opinion, I think our 3 biggest needs are left tackle, just because we can switch guy into right tackle, his natural position. Left tackle, defensive line, and running backs, which you can get throughout the draft, those positions. Yeah. So and also too, like, there's one player out there who's one of my pet cats, and he would fit right into Bill Belichick 3-4. So picture having like 2 Micah Parsons in a 3-4 defense. That's scary. And then you throw Overshown in that. Then you got the kid Leafau. Now we got Nealon, we got Golston. They're going to keep Maxi Pad at zero tech. Let him. And in my opinion, zero tech is the easiest position to find. I just don't like taking a 1 tech in the first round unless he's like a Vita Vea type of guy. Unless he's like, but there's a million. You can get those 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. I mean, but this draft is loaded with D tackles and defensive edges, man. Loaded. And it's running. There's 20 monster running backs. There's no need for Austin Gentry. Trust me. No need for him. And in my opinion, I'm just real quick on him. And I'll bet money he doesn't go to the Senior Bowl. Because if he goes to the Senior Bowl, he's going to get run over in pass blocking drills. Can he fly? Absolutely. But would we want the number 1 rated running back and then, let's say, the 7th rated offensive tackle? Or would we rather have reverse in a It's not a crazy deep draft on offensive line. It's not. You're not going to see 6, 7 offensive tackles drafted like this past season. You're not. You're going to see like 3 to 4, in my opinion. And then the other guys are kind of like slash tackle guards. So I just think Gentry is better for a team that's one player away. And granted, the Lions did take a running back at 12, but before they did that, they rebuilt their offensive line before they drafted Jameer Gibbs.
Okay.
Just my opinion.
Okay. Mike Ballerana, another super chat here. I want Ashton Genty from Boise State, the running back. All right. Powerhouse. You think he'll get right over pass blocking?
I got to see him at the Senior Bowl in pass blocking drills, but I'll bet money he doesn't.
Is the 5'9" scaring you?
I think he's more closer to 5'8", to be honest with you.
Okay.
In my opinion. Listen, his tape is crazy. It's just Caleb Johnson, Iowa, 21 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Much bigger.
Yeah.
Quishon Judkins, Ohio State. Nicholas Singleton, Penn State. Katron Allen, Penn State. Kyle Monungai, Rutgers.
Deep
Mullins from Michigan. It's a crit. You got Nealon from Kansas. You got Blue from Texas. Notre Dame. Morse, Texas A&M. Taj Brooks, Texas Tech. It's a CJ Donaldson, West Virginia. Damian Martinez, Miami. It is a crazy deep dread. Dylan Simpson, Tennessee. ETN, Georgia. It's a crazy deep draft. And I gave you like big colleges. I didn't really even get to like the smaller schools yet. So I wouldn't want Gentry. You give me a top 5 pick, I want an edge or I want a left tackle.
Hey, Savage, let me ask. Cowboys Block said, if we lose to the Texans, how much do we move up in the draft? Right now, we're at 11, right?
We're at 11. It's all going to depend on tomorrow.
So we'll check back next week.
Yeah.
But no. Hey, Savage just gave you a whole bunch of names, and Brando shared the link in the chat right there. Bam! That's the Savage right there. If you guys want some draft knowledge, real draft knowledge, not Dane Brugler's top 100. This is, he just named 15, 16 players just right off the top of his head.
It's a crazy deep draft at running back. That's why, I'd rather just, if you're telling me Will Campbell, the number 1 rated left tackle from LSU's on the board, I take him, Slide Guyton, the right tackle, in my opinion. Or if there's the number 1 rated edge, it all depends too. Do you look? Does the team view Abdul Carter as an edge or a linebacker? In my mind, he's a linebacker. Penn State tried the same thing that we did with Micah. They tried putting him at edge at the beginning of the season, and there was he's a top 5 tackle, top 3 tackle, Wyatt Mullins from West Virginia. This kid hasn't given up a sack in 3 years, and he pretty much but then also Abdul Carter was getting chipped by the tight end, chipped by a running back, and Abdul Carter really didn't do much his first couple of games. Penn State switched him back to linebacker, but also a rover, and boom, he has like 10, 11 sacks now. But his edge reps, though, even though he's bigger than Micah, and I don't consider him an edge, but he looks like Gumby, bro. Crazy bend. Crazy. Yeah. I'm just saying, if you wanted to go with a 3-4, because right now, we on defense, what is our strength? We would have to say, I would say linebackers or corners right now, if the corners are healthy. So do we make a bigger strength? And we all know with a 3-4, it all comes down to your linebackers. Yeah. And picture having, Abdul Carter, and I've been watching him for 3 years. He was a true freshman out of Philadelphia. He had 7 sacks as a true freshman, not knowing what he was doing. Right. 6 sacks as a sophomore.
Right.
If he's sitting in front of you and you got the kid Ashton Gentry, it's like that's a no-brainer. Especially if now you got a Belichick in there. Belichick's thinking Lawrence Taylor 2.0 in his head. Or do you go with the traditional 6'5", 255-pounder, like an Aiden Hutchinson type guy, James Pierce out of Tennessee? You even got big dudes like that, Landon Johnson out of Arkansas. It's a deep draft, in my opinion, defensive tackle and edge. I can wait for a running back.
You guys subscribe to Danny Savage. Brando put the link in the chat. He's just spitting out draft knowledge after draft knowledge after draft knowledge. Look, you can have your favorites, right? But it's best to keep listening to different content creators and what they say, what they think, what they see. Everybody can see something different. Everybody can see something different. And that's just what it is. But hey, guys, you were on the corner of Crazy and Cowboys. This is Talking Crazy this Saturday night. We got Danny Savage in here. We got Boys for Life. We got OG. Champs had to leave. But we're going to wrap this thing up right here. Danny Savage, what's your thoughts for those Texans? And how bad is that beatdown? Or could we win?
Texans are coming off 2 straight losses. And they need the win a lot more than us. I think DeMeco Ryans is a better coach than Mike McCarthy, and they got a young, hungry team and a hungry defensive line. And whoever's playing quarterback Monday night is going to be running for their lives. So I see a double-digit loss coming.
Okay. Boys for Life, what's your final thoughts? You're on mute.
Can't hear you. Got it.
No, he ain't on mute. His mic just ain't working. No. Nope. Still no. While you fix that, I'll go to OG. OG, what's your final thoughts, OG? What these Texans?
Oh, that's another loss. You're gonna come out and get blowed out. It's just a waste of time. Putting Cooper Rush out there. Jerry, he's just trying to play this game with back and forth. Fans say we'll put him in. We want to see if we can do it again. Just a bunch of drama with Cooper Rush. They're gonna find out more about that tomorrow. He'll be out before the second quarter hit. And Jerry, he's always running his mouth. So as long as Jerry Jones is there, there's gonna always be an issue. So you got a quarterback that you gave $5 million to, last year and this year. So just sit on the bench. If he don't make a move and see what Trey Lance can get, he's gonna be the dumbest owner that ever set up a contract with Tony Romo and Dak Prescott, which is not pan out. Lost a lot of money, played around with cap, and he's gonna be he's gonna be great for keeping Jimmy Johnson and firing him, and getting those Super Bowls, but then he hadn't done it in 30 years. So it's just a bunch of drama. We'll find out, it's just a bunch of drama. They had Trey Lance come out there last week for one play and come back. So I don't know what was their games, but that was a game that they're playing with your head. And you got to realize, they're going to continue to play those games throughout the whole season because he's trying to push the mirror from on him. He is the dumbest owner in the last 30 years. So that we have to deal with. So it doesn't make any sense what he's doing, playing games with the fans. He's been doing this for the last, the whole season. Coming in, running his mouth about this and that, and then he came out there. Cooper Rush is going to be the starter for this week. So he's playing with fans' heads, and he likes that because he gets the attention. And he's a blood-sucking vampire. That's what it's called. He's a blood-sucking vampire, and it's going to continue to happen all season. He wanted to be the face of the franchise, running his mouth and everybody looking stupid. He make us look stupid right now. He want to see Trey Lance play. So we're going to see how they continue to play out with his immaturity as the owner. And so it's an ass whooping tomorrow. It's going to be probably like maybe 31. It might be close. It might be like 20. If Trey Lance gets out there, it may be close, but the defense will be battling back, down by 14, 17 points about halftime. And because they're going to say, hey, I'm tired of playing around, so I want to get this check and I'm going to go home. We suck already. The fans already gave up. McCarthy has lost his team. So it's over with. So now just play time. Who's going to come back next year? Who wants to be with this team throughout the season? You can find out if guys want to stay or they want to go throughout the season. You'll find out their play. So yeah, that's how I feel about tomorrow. Everybody have a great night. God bless everybody. Great to be on. And subscribe to the Fiend and JP Sports Show.
Subscribe to him. You heard the man.
I'll make a video tomorrow. Everybody tune in, in the morning time. I'll probably go on live tomorrow. So, and great talking to you guys. God bless. Have a great weekend. Hopefully, is anybody going live tomorrow or no?
No.
Nah.
Cowboys play on Monday.
Yeah, Monday night.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Monday. Yeah, Monday. That's right. Okay. Well, Monday night it is.
All right.
Okay.
Birds for life. Final thought.
Y'all. Have a good night. Okay.
You too, OG. Thanks.
All right. Peace.
Oh, you're on mute again.
There we go. Now I'm unmuted. I downloaded the. Give me 1 second, guys.
Uh-oh. Well, I think that's it. We couldn't get Voice for Life's final words here, but I appreciate you guys coming on. Mike Ballerano, I appreciate the super chats. Brando, the best moderator in the game. I appreciate you, Savage. I appreciate you, Cowboys champs. Appreciate you, OG. Appreciate you, Boys for Life. Appreciate you. It's hard to do this and run a family. My daughters, they're almost teenagers now, and I started this when they were just months old. So appreciate it, everybody, for 5,000 subscribers. Again, hit the like button on your way out. I will catch you guys on Talking Crazy next Saturday on the corner of Crazy and Cowboys. You guys have a great night.
Good night.
Peace.